Welcome, everybody, to this edition of Navigo Business Buzz. I'm very excited today because I've got a very good friend of mine, Tanya Gann from Movement Mortgage. So we're going to learn all about the mortgage business right now. So let's get to it. Tell us just a little bit about yourself. How'd you get to Columbia? How'd you get in the mortgage business?
So as far as getting to Columbia, I'm a military brat. So I've been moving around all my life. And then when I finally got hit high school, I had the option not to keep moving. So I chose Columbia and decided to stay here and make this my home and just love the area completely. Can't imagine living anywhere else.
So why did you become a mortgage lender?
So I had a friend when I was in my mid-20s say, why don't you just try out the mortgage business for just give us 6 months? And I was like, I didn't even know what a mortgage was. Like I didn't even understand that there was a different word. Like why did it have to have a different word compared to loan?
Yeah.
So I thought, well, I hadn't figured out what I was going to do career-wise, so let's try it, and I did it, and I've loved it. I've loved it ever since. I mean, there's such a huge satisfaction and feeling good when you help somebody buy their first home or second or third, but that first-time home buyer you just see that energy in them, and it just I love being part of that.
So there's a lot of mortgage loan people out there. What sets you apart, or what do you love about it and make it a different experience for people?
I would probably say a couple things. One, I'm still a little old school where I like to take an application by phone. I think it's more personable. It takes about 5 minutes most of the time. And I get all the true details. And when they say something that might lead me to have to ask another question, I ask that other question so I get all the correct information. A lot of other mortgage lenders in today's world are just saying, hey, go out my application, go to a website, go log in, create your app or your information in there. And then that takes them one longer. Two, they're not going to always fill it out correctly. They could overinflate their income thinking, well, last week I made this much money, so I'm going to say that's how much my money is. But then it's not accurate once you actually start verifying it. So that can kind of sometimes skew pre-approvals and pre-quals, thinking that the debt ratio looks good, and all of a sudden once you start verifying it and you realize, whoa, the income's not what it is, or the assets aren't there. They might include money that they have in the bank that they just deposited from a source that we can't document. So there's just so many things that can go wrong with online applications that you find out a lot quicker and easier when you're doing that phone app at the very beginning.
I love communication, and I will brag on Tanya. She's always closed every loan that I've asked her to close, and it's always clean and nice and tidy. And that, as a real estate agent, I love. So I know you do all kinds of loans. Many of us in the real estate business know that you like to specialize in VA loans for active duty military. Why?
Going back to my roots, I was raised military. I know that lifestyle. I know what it's like to move around every so many years. And when you actually get to the point in your life that you can actually buy a house as an active duty or retired veteran, it just means so much more. And with movement, we don't charge any lender fees, which makes a big difference because some other companies do. And that we also know, especially your active duty, a lot of them don't have the ability to really save money because they're moving so much. And so with that 100% loan with the VA is great, but then also not having those additional closing costs, it makes a big difference because in today's world, it comes out of their pocket because so many sellers are not covering closing costs for buyers.
Right. So there's tons of mortgage lenders out there. Why did you come to Movement? What makes Movement different?
Couple things. One, we're very fast. That's one thing that they sold me on immediately was how fast they were. The company I was with before, while they were a great company, there were so many time delays, and it was you're getting the clear close, right? The week of closing. I love it. Most of my clear closes I get within 2 weeks or 2 weeks of getting the contract. So that makes a big difference because sometimes we can let them move in sooner if they want to. And then secondly, charity. I knew they did a lot with giving back to the community. Their number one goal to put some of their profits back out there. And I'm huge on charities, so that fit me very well.
Tell us about your charitable organizations you're working with right now.
So when they actually became one of the official USO sponsors, so that's huge for us. I was doing and have been doing stuff with the USO as far as giving them like little snacks. Like we're here near Fort Jackson. Fort Jackson is our biggest basic training for the military, for the Army. So whenever those guys and gals come out from basic training, they're going off by plane most of the time, off to their next mission and next station. So when they do that, I love to do like little goodie bags and stuff. Since going back to 2014, I take stuff out to Fort Jackson for the holidays, 2 days before Christmas, snacks. I mean, it's a big difference because there's a lot of our basic trainees that are staying on base and don't have the opportunity to go home to their family and friends over the holidays because one, they can't afford it, or maybe they don't have a good place or safe place to go to. Toys for Tots is another huge one for the Marines. We do a Toys for Tots collection. We've done like little drop-ins to have realtors and other people come in and bring us more toys. And we've done Harvest Hope. We've done a lot of other projects. I probably have done more company-related charity events since 2015 when I came here than I've done my whole entire career.
Now, don't you have some packets that you can use with for military people that are coming?
Yeah, so we my company put these together. It's just a little for whenever they're PCS and when they're transferring to military bases, and it's just a way for them. It's got different pamphlets in here. Find the right neighborhood for you. It gives notes about the schools and for you to ask the right questions. Just things that when people are in the military and they're moving so often, they might forget or not. They need those little reminders sometimes. We do close whether you're military or not, and we do all. I mean, we do USDA,
Sure.
FHA conventional.
Sure.
It's just my heart goes out to the VA loans and military. But I always give at closing, you'll get a copy of your appraisal, color printed, and just some little notes like, reminds you to change your keys out, make sure you know where your cutoff valves are for your water, et cetera.
That's great. That's great. You guys do yourself a favor. The next time you need a mortgage loan, look up Tanya. I've got all of her contact information below this video. So take a minute to go see Tanya. Thank you very much for being a part of this. I really appreciate it. That wraps it up for this edition of Navigo Business Buzz. If you liked it, please comment, like it, and follow us on social media. Thanks.
Thank you.